Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you're watching this channel. Rigathi Gachagua told us that Farouk KIBET is a co-president.
I don't fight anybody. He says that I was fighting Farouk KIBET. Farouk KIBET is not a small man. He is a co-president in this country.
Rigathi went further to say that all the cabinet secretaries report to Farouk KIBET. He went further to say that even the Inspector General reports to Farouk KIBET. So the big question, ladies and gentlemen, who is this Farouk KIBET when it comes to our Constitution of the Republic of Kenya? Does Farouk KIBET have an office, and who elected him and who appointed him? As far as we're concerned, we know that Farouk KIBET is William Ruto's PA, just a normal PA. But based on Rigathi Gachagua's statement, he is saying that Farouk KIBET is more than a PA. And when they were still working in the same government, that is when Rigathi Gachagua was still the deputy president, what has it that they could have collided? Because there's a particular time based on Rigathi's statement that Farouk could determine who is to visit Rigathi Gachagua and who is not to visit Rigathi Gachagua. And based on Rigathi Gachagua's statement again, he tells us that Farouk would demand for certain bribe for anybody who wanted to see the deputy president. So these are just allegations that have come from Rigathi Gachagua. Of course, Kenyans will still want to hear from Farouk KIBET. If Farouk KIBET, accusations on Farouk KIBET are true, then I think we are in problem. But ladies and gentlemen, I want us to explore Rigathi's statement these accusations on Farouk. But before we do that, kindly like this. Before we get further, ladies and gentlemen, kindly like this video, subscribe to this channel, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Is Farouk KIBET a co-president? Do you subscribe to that allegation that Farouk KIBET is a co-president? I want to just go below in the comment section here and react. Just tell us whether you think what Rigathi is telling us is true, that Farouk KIBET is a co-president. So without wasting much of your time, ladies and gentlemen, let's delve into these videos. These two videos will actually give us an insight into what Rigathi Gachagua said about Farouk. By the way, before I share the video, you remember there was an accusation from William Ruto. I'm going to share that video also. Accusation from William Ruto about how Rigathi Gachagua used to pick fights with the watu wadogo wadogo. He could pick fights na watu wadogo wadogo. So I think Rigathi was trying to react to William Ruto's accusation on the 31st of March. So those accusations are the reasons why Rigathi had to react. So let's listen to what Rigathi Gachagua said.
Probably before we come to that, you said that he said I fight small people. I don't fight anybody. He says that I was fighting Farouk KIBET. Farouk KIBET is not a small man. He is a co-president in this country. Farouk KIBET runs the government. Everybody reports to him. The Inspector General of Police, the head of public service, cabinet ministers. William Ruto issues instructions to cabinet ministers through Farouk KIBET. Ministers tremble at his very sight. So Farouk KIBET wanted to give instructions to Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua was elected by the people of Kenya alongside William Ruto. There is no way I would have allowed Farouk KIBET to give instructions to me. And let me tell you, Rogers, Farouk KIBET was trying to run my office, make appointments for people to come and see me. And initially, I thought it's okay, maybe that's how William Ruto wants us to work. Until I learned that Farouk KIBET was collecting money from people to come and see me, and I have nothing to give them in return. And I went and I told the president, Mr. President, I'm your principal assistant. Please, your personal assistant cannot give me instructions. And if you want to give me any instructions, you give them yourself and I obey them to the letter. But you cannot use your PA to order me around. And your PA is taking advantage to make money from people. And I told you, Mr. President, for your information, because I'm your advisor in this matter, I will be failing in my duty if I don't advise you and tell you what is happening.
Okay.
All the people Farouk KIBET is clearing to come and see you, he's collecting money. And there's hue and cry in town. And State House is getting very disrespected because it has become a center of corruption. All appointments of people coming to see you, KIBET is collecting money. And Mr. President, I think you need to check this. But if you want to continue with it, tell him to keep off my office. He is not going to make appointments in my office, and he cannot tell me whom to see.
So can you substantiate this? Farouk KIBET is not here to defend himself.
But the president raised a matter. You asking me for an answer?
Yes, yes.
See, I must give you an answer.
But I'm
not the one. I've never raised that issue.
Okay.
It's the president who raised the matter. I'm answering.
I'm just
to the people of Kenya.
countering what you've said.
But I'm saying that he's the one. But I'm saying, Rogers, the president said that I'm fighting with small people. The answer is that Farouk KIBET is not a small person.
So you're fighting big people. Fine.
I was not fighting big people.
Yes.
Very well, ladies and gentlemen. Rigathi was trying to react to the previous statements which RUTO unleashed about how Rigathi would waste his time by forcing him into small fights with small people. According to William RUTO, the small people he talked about are people like Dennis Itumbi, people like Farouk KIBET. Those are the ones he called small people. So RUTO said that Rigathi would make him, would push him into a scenario where he will always be seen to be solving problems, solving problems with Kiaru Embo Parliament, solving problems with Dennis Itumbi, solving problems with Farouk KIBET. In fact, on the issue of Dennis Itumbi, there's a time, Rigathi also told us that Dennis Itumbi would end his meetings with William RUTO. So what that means is that whenever RUTO and Rigathi Gachagua would have maybe a closed door meeting, and then RUTO would feel the meeting haimpeleki venye anataka, what he would do, he would text Dennis Itumbi, alafu Dennis Itumbi would come back and tell RUTO uko na mkutano, so that RUTO can quickly end that meeting aende kwa mkutano mwingine. That is what Rigathi Gachagua told us. So that was a strategy according to Rigathi Gachagua. That was William Ruto's strategy of always dismissing Rigathi Gachagua. So all these accusations and counter accusations are the reasons why, ladies and gentlemen, we have our big question. And the big question here is, do you believe that Dennis Itumbi and Farouk KIBET are the ones that control the government? Are they the ones who run the government? Because Rigathi is saying that they are the ones who run the government. Now, perhaps if you're wondering why Rigathi reacted, I want to take you to a previous interview where William Ruto was making accusations on how Rigathi Gachagua would belittle his position by engaging in small fights with small people like Itumbi. So just listen to this video.
Si tukaanza kazi. Mambo matatu yalitokea. Ya kwanza, shida. Kesi. Kila siku kwa kesi. Itumbi amesema, sijui ameandika nini. Sasa, tukafanya kesi. Yaita Itumbi. Deputy President ameketi hapo, mimi hapa. Wewe Deputy President anasema umefanya. Haya, tunamaliza kesi. Next, baada ya wiki moja, Farouk PA, mtu mdogo, amesema amefanya. Haya, naita Farouk, nafanya kesi. Tukamaliza hiyo. Kidogo, Ndindi Nyoro amefanya, ameitisha mkutano sijui Kiharu, amepanga wabunge wengi. Mbona amepanga wabunge? Mbona naita Ndindi Nyoro. Tumeketi chini. Kesi. Haya, kuisha hiyo, Kimani Ichung'wah sijui amesema. Sasa mpaka nikamuuliza, ndugu yangu, wewe ni naibu wa rais wa Kenya, bloga huyu Dennis Itumbi, bloga, unasumbuana na yeye nini? PA ya ofisi, mtu kidogo. Hawa vijana, sijui Ndindi Nyoro, sijui Kimani Ichung'wah, sijui nani, sijui mama mwingine, sijui anaitwa wa kutoka hapa ati alikuja sijui anamwambia wewe unazungusha marinda sijui. Akamwambia hivi tena kidogo ni nini? Just wait. Si umeniuliza swali? Kabisa. So nikamwambia tafadhali tufanye kazi ya Wakenya. Tuache hii makesi kidogo.
So that is exactly the reason why Rigathi Gachagua had to offer a reaction. Now, let's talk about Farouk KIBET. You know, when Ruto toured Mount Kenya, there's a video that has been surfacing on how Farouk KIBET alikuwa anapiga picha wale hecklers.
Mrefu. Huyu Ruku huyu. Wewe simama hapo Ruku. Huyu Ruku ambaye alikuwa.
Ndio maana kwamba kuna watu walikuwa wamesema sniper. Wamuita Farouk KIBET sniper. Hiyo video imejitokeza ni Farouk anapiga picha wale wa attendees wote. I don't know whether alikuwa anapiga wale ambao wana heckle. Sijui kama alikuwa anapiga kwa sababu anataka kutengeneza story about the tour, but people believe that he was taking photos of people who are heckling the president. That was a move to try to probably address the issue baadaye, because you know in Embu kuna heckling kidogo ilitokea, so Farouk KIBET was spotted taking some photos hapo na ikaonekana kwamba yeye anachukua photos kama nani, but of course we know he's a PA, but and their cameramen, people who take camera, photographers wako si media iko ama Farouk pia is part of media tena. So that is the reason why Rigathi is maintaining that the people around this government ni Farouk na Itumbi. The rest report to Farouk or report to Itumbi. So Ruto anatumia Itumbi na Farouk kama watu wake wa mkono ambao wanamtafutia information wanamletea. So in very few words, ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi has just confirmed to us that Farouk ni total man, is the biwot wa sahihi. Now, just go below in the comment section and tell us what to think about Farouk, the accusations on Farouk. Unadhani Farouk ni kama vile total man, biwot kwa Moi? On weekend, Gaucho told us that Farouk ni kama total man ule wa Moi. Yeah? Alikuwa anaanguka na Moi liwalo na liwe. That Farouk pia anaanguka na Ruto liwalo na liwe. You see? That's the reason why unaona kwamba Rigathi anasema kwamba alikuwa anamshtaki kwa rais, lakini rais anamdefend. Anamshtaki Farouk, lakini rais anamdefend Farouk. Hii inamaanisha Ruto na Farouk wako na historia ambayo hakuna mtu anaweza ingia na kuharibu hata kidogo. So ilimshinda Rigathi Gachagua kuharibu hiyo historia, na ndio maana ilibidi waachane tu. So ladies and gentlemen, perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, please take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.